So a trip around Macau wouldn't be complete if we're not lost, right? I am lost again. Never mind the shirt, I know it's the same, but this was an impromptu afternoon trip. Welcome back. In the last episode, we went to... my god. No, it's not an episode. In the last video, we went to Taipa Village, and now we're in Coloane Village, which is the opposite side, south of Macau, in the Macau province. And we're looking for a Coloane Village, but we ended up somewhere else instead. So I rode a bus going to... supposedly going to Coloane Village, but unfortunately I ended up heading straight to Haksao Beach. And now this isn't the village at all, this is a beach. And since I'm already here, I might as well show you guys. Right, if you've been watching my first few videos in this channel, you saw how beaches in the Philippines looked like in Zambales, right? Okay, so now this is the beach in Macau. Right, so beach, and I'm Filipino, and I'm going to go to the beach in Macau, right? Obviously, I'm not dressed for the beach. I'm wearing a t-shirt, I'm wearing rubber shoes, so it's just gonna be like a sneak peek because this wasn't really planned for today. That was a lifeguard here in the beach. That's something you never see in the Philippines. In the Philippines, you go out and you drown, you just drown and nobody even sees you drowning. Alright, so that was the beach. Pros, lifeguard. And not much, not smart. Alright, Haksao Beach, or the beach in Macau. Pros, you have a lifeguard and there aren't many people. Cons, it's obviously not the Philippines. I'd end it there. Alright, the other significant place to check out here in the end of the bus terminal here in the beach is a quaint place called Fernando's, and I'm not sure if we could afford it, but we're just gonna check it out and see. Alright, so that's Haksao Beach, and since there's still time, I'm gonna try and head to Coloane Village, and which is actually where we intended to go. So let's go. We made it, boys. Coloane Village, or so I think. It looks the same as everything else here. It's not as tightly fit and quaint. Keep using the word quaint a lot. It's not as quaint as Taipa Village, but we'll see. One of the oldest temples, Chinese temples, is supposed to be here, so we're gonna look for that. I've recently fallen in love with these small alleyways that are so beautiful to look at, with red bricks lining them. It's so cool. Just when you feel like you're lost, suddenly the place appears. So this is I think this is Tin Hao Temple, which is said to be very old. I could be very wrong about this because it doesn't look old at all, but it says that it was built in the 16th century, 15th century. So yeah, same as my rules back in Patu Caves, I'm not gonna video inside temples or depictions of deities, but as much as I can for you guys, I'm gonna have it at the background while I talk like this. And done. So the reason why I doubt that this is the 15th century old temple is that it's located right in the middle of like a residential village area with no one else here, no tourists, nothing at all. So I could be mistaken, and I admit that, but I'm probably right. If the temple's really that old and that sacred, I'd feel like should be more tourists, like at least 1 to 2 tourists here, but there's no one here, and I feel like I'm trespassing. So this sign tells me that we should go that way to the church, but the problem is everything's right in the middle of a residential area. Look, that's not a street, those are houses. Whoa, stop. Temple. This could just as well be someone else's garden. And I just saw a tourist walk past here, and I guess I did as well. Trespassing? I'd say it again and again and again. This place plus Taipa village is so good. It's so good. It's a great place for photography. Like, I see a lot of people wearing fancy clothes for modeling because it look like you're in Portugal, you look like you're in Spain, you look like, I don't know what those places look like, but you're definitely not in Asia kind of place. Coloane is such a cool place that you could actually see the windmills of Rizal from here. My vlog is actually weak in this place because, as a personal rule, I don't really like taking a video of me being inside temples or just any religious place in general as much as I can, because, you know, I feel like it's disrespectful. So we're gonna get a lot of shots of temples from outside. Like I said, shots of temples from a safe distance. To compensate, let me show you shots of the water instead. Water, 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 water. Possibly the most sought after tourist destination here in Coloane village is the chapel of Saint Francis Xavier, or Xavier. I read it Xavier, which looks like it has a Fred Perry sign in front. I'll show you. I am a numbnut, I'm sorry. So there you go. The chapel's right behind me, or church. I'm not going inside though. As per rule, I'm not gonna take a video inside, but you could come check it out. It's actually cool. Kind of like a small mercado, small Senado Square here in Coloane village, which is more peaceful and with less people. And moving on. Okay, so from an artistic perspective, there's a reason why that church is sought after here. I feel like because majority of the place here are all temples, and the vibe in itself is like Macau Chinese-ish. The color scheme of the church, which is beige or yellow, stands out from the rest of the buildings here, and it's right smack in the middle of that square with lots of food. So in that sense, because it's a high contrast of what you can find here in Coloane village, that a lot of people would find it striking enough to make it a tourist destination. That's just my thing, you know? I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm always wrong. When am I right? We're capping the end of our Coloane village experience here. I finally found it, Lord Stow's Garden Cafe.
Baka kailangan tumayo sa likod para mabasa.
If you're looking for where this is, just go to like the park in the middle of Coloane village and then look for the biggest blue building. It's gonna be there and it looks fancy. I'll see you in the next one.